Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bold and the Beautiful makes huge blunder with Liam's Tumor storyline. Bold and the Beautiful has Liam Spencer's Tumor taking on a life of its own after the script causes Finn to make a huge mistake on the CBS screen last week. B&B fans will watch to see how the soap handles it in next week's episodes. It seems the mistake has to do with what Finn discovered under Liam's bandage, because what he saw should not have been there. Bold and the Beautiful fans are ready to move on from Liam Spencer's Scott Clifton Tumor storyline. After all of Finn's Tanner Novlan suspicions last week, fans assumed there was never a tumor in the first place. But we also watched as Grace Buckingham Cassandra Creech used a scalpel on Liam's head. So, what was that about? Liam went from having no chance against a death sentence prognosis to a fast-track surgery that miraculously cured him. But then the story took another turn. It looks as if Grace took Bill Spencer's Don Diamond $1 million as a fee to take out a tumor. That was never there. Finn had his suspicions last week on Bold and the Beautiful. Then once he took a peek under Liam's bandage, he saw evidence that something was wrong. Finn said that the incision he saw was too small for the type of surgery Liam supposedly underwent. But what Finn should have said was, "Oops, I am looking at the wrong side." Bold and the Beautiful had Finn looking under the bandage on the left side of Liam's head. But the scene where Grace takes a scalpel to Liam's head, she cuts into the back right side of his head. Finn looked very professional while peeking under that bandage. But Bold and the Beautiful didn't catch their mistake. Instead, they let the scene get onto the screen with Finn looking in the wrong place. Then he shared his concerns that the incision is smaller than he would expect for the type of brain surgery he had. So, spoilers indicate that Liam Spencer finds out just what Grace did to him this week on Bold and the Beautiful. And it should be interesting to see what side of the head they will go with when it is time to check that incision again. The Bold and the Beautiful has never been shy about diving headfirst into outrageous drama, babies switched at birth, accidental cliff tumbles, surprise resurrections, and even a rogue bear or two. But their latest storyline involving Liam Spencer and a sudden brain tumor may very well be one of the most baffling missteps in recent soap history. And that's saying something for a show that once staged an entire love triangle on top of a gondola. When news first broke that Liam, the human boomerang who's bounced between Hope and Steffi more times than viewers can count, was about to get a shocking medical diagnosis, fans braced themselves. Was this finally the moment Liam would evolve as a character rather than ricochet emotionally between two women like an indecisive mall kiosk salesman handing out free cologne samples? But instead of delivering a compelling, mature storyline, B&B pulled the rug faster than Bill Spencer in a sword-fueled rage. One moment Liam was experiencing dizziness, mood swings, and fainting spells. The next, he was diagnosed with a mysterious brain tumor that apparently gave him selective memory loss, sudden bursts of rage, and plot twist, renewed interest in every woman he's ever wronged. Viewers were willing to play along. A medical crisis can be an opportunity for real growth, vulnerability, redemption. But the Bold and the Beautiful didn't seize that opportunity. They bulldozed right past it in record time, using Liam's condition not as a character-defining arc, but as an excuse to justify erratic behavior and force him back into yet another redundant love triangle. And that's where the blunder began. A tumor for plot, not for heart. Issue isn't that the show gave Liam a brain tumor. Soap operas have always used medical storylines as dramatic catalysts. The issue is that the show refused to commit to the emotional gravity of the situation. Where were the difficult conversations, the introspection, the real fear of mortality? Instead of grappling with the weight of his diagnosis, Liam spent more time bouncing between therapy rooms and hotel rooms and hospital beds. At one point, he used his condition as justification to barge into Steffi's house and declare that she was his reason to live. Steffi, to her credit, looked like she wanted to throw him and the tumor out. Hope also got swept into the chaos, consoling him one moment, confused the next, then suddenly questioning whether she'd been too harsh on him in the past. The tumor wasn't written as an illness, it was written as a get-out-of-consequences-free card. Fans immediately called foul. The unrealistic medical roller coaster fare is the biggest blunder of all. The show's complete disregard for even the least bit of medical realism. Liam received more scans, test results, and surgical consults in one afternoon than most people manage across 3 insurance claims. And 6 months of waiting. Within days, Liam went from diagnosis to miraculous surgical success. No visible recovery, no cognitive side effects, no scar. He didn't even lose hair. In fact, he came out looking more moisturized than when he went in. The man had a brain tumor, not a spa visit. Worse yet, instead of using the recovery to show a new, grounded Liam, the show practically reset him to factory default, emotional chaos, check, romantic confusion, Check. Bursting into houses without knocking? Double check. It's as if the writers used the tumor as a narrative pit stop. A brief pause before slamming full speed back into overdone territory. Missed opportunities for real dramatis. Storyline could have been something powerful. Imagine if Liam genuinely believed his time was running out, forcing him to confront the pain he caused Hope and Steffi, not with flirtation or guilt trips, but with sincere regret. Imagine scenes of Bill breaking down at his son's bedside. Imagine Wyatt spiraling at the thought of losing his brother. Imagine Liam finally seeing life with clarity, choosing solitude and peace instead of chaos. Instead, what did we get? A tumor that acted more like a matchmaking tool. The audience deserves better. Soap fans are loyal. Fiercely so. We stay through recasts, rewritten histories, surprise twins, and spontaneous amnesia. But what we cannot abide is lazy writing disguised as high stakes. Liam deserved a storyline that challenged him. The audience deserved a storyline that mattered. Instead, we were handed a medical plotline with the emotional depth of a plastic hospital prop. It's not too late for B and B to course correct. If they insist on giving Liam a post-recovery awakening, let it be more than another round of indecisive brooding. Let him step away from Steffi and Hope. Let him rebuild himself as a father, a businessman, a fully formed human being who is more than the sum of his romantic entanglements. Final diagnosis: tumor of convenience. Was Liam's tumor storyline bold? Perhaps. But was it beautiful? Absolutely not. It was rushed, shallow, and ultimately served no purpose other than to drag the character and the audience through yet another loop on the merry-go-round of recycled drama. The bold and the beautiful can do better. And if they're going to hand out tumors for plot progression, they better be prepared to treat them with the gravity they deserve. Until then, viewers will be prescribing one thing only: less medical mayhem, more meaningful storytelling.